them.
Yeah, this is
double
well, I
wide
was showing
flex.
Anthony. I was showing Anthony. This is the Shays, the room, the sim rig. Also, I have Christmas lights up now, but
Nice, Merry
this
Christmas.
is really what I wanted to show.
Jesus.
Look, it just
The
keeps
ultra
going.
wide monitor.
You sent me a picture of it, but like seeing it being actually used is kind of
My
wild.
fish posters.
Nice.
Yeah, 49 inches, so over 4 feet of screen.
Hell yeah,
which
it's almost
is-
as tall as me when I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, it's fucking perfect for playing World of Warcraft. I'll tell you that
Well,
much.
it also sounds perfect. Like I almost always have dual monitors wherever I'm like set up at, but like it seems perfect because you don't need a second monitor because you got enough real estate to fuck around.
Yeah, it's so
It's
nice.
dangerous over here.
Well, just so 2 things before we get started. One, you guys know, but for everybody else, we put my beautiful Kittis down last week. So just wanted to shout her out, mention her because if you watch the podcast
she's a
instead of
reg-
listening
she's
to it,
a
you've seen her. You've seen her walking around and being a regular, but she passed peacefully at home in here with me and Amanda, which was nice. That she got to be with us in the end, somewhere she was comfortable. So. Rest in peace to Kittis. A lot of people knew her. Some knew her as Lev. Some knew her as Kittis. But she will be greatly missed.
How long did you
Amazing
have her?
cat.
Real quick, how old was she? She lived a long life.
She was almost 16.
Yeah.
She would have been 16 in March.
Wow.
So I had her for literally over half my life, which is insane to think about. I had her for over 15 years, and I just turned 30. So I had her for over half my life, and found her in a box outside of 2nd and Charles in Hoover. A long time ago. She was the only orange one. But yeah, she lived a great life. She's more cultured than some people I know. She lived in like 5 different states. She traveled around the country. She really went to work, She had a good life. So nothing to be sad about. We're happy that she was with us.
Nice. It's beautiful.
Also, I watched Deep Impact before I got on here. Have you guys seen this movie?
I think
I
I
haven't
have.
even heard of it.
I mean, I looked it up. Morgan Freeman's in it. He's like the president. Is he the
Morgan
president?
Freeman.
He's the
okay,
president.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
I don't remember a lot.
the
but I
president,
remember.
and it's an end of the world movie. It's a big asteroid coming to hit Earth. So there's some space scenes where they're trying to blow up the meteor, and Elijah Wood is in it. He's like a baby in the movie. But if you're a fan of end of the world movies, check it out. Those are like my go-tos. I love end of the world movies. When we finish it, I told Amanda, I was like, when we get done recording, let's watch another
Okay, I
one.
got
Let's
one
watch
for
like
you.
Day After Tomorrow or
No,
something.
I got a better one. It's called Greenland. Watch it.
I love
Okay, yeah, okay.
Greenland.
You've seen it,
that
that's
movie's
good.
so fucking good. Of course, I've watched it like 4 times.
It's fucking awesome.
It's so good. Yeah, I was shocked at how much I liked it. To be honest,
I got
but
another
I
one
thought it was
for you.
really good.
This is the end. Just watch that. That's an end of the world movie.
Yeah, true.
That's in the late
Oh,
90s.
yeah, it is.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it in a long
That's a
time
good
either. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Totally Biased Music. It's Blake, Trey, and Anthony, and this week we are hitting an album I wanted to hit for a long time, which is "Let Go" by Avril Lavigne, and then Trey pivoted on the movie and he picked "The Wild." Is it "The Wild Robot" or "A Wild Robot"?
I think it's the.
It's The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. Okay. So I'm gonna bring something back. I'm gonna bring back a brief Apple Music intro for "Let Go" by Avril Lavigne, which we have not done in a long
Ooh,
time.
Throwback.
They write, when Let Go came out in June 2002, Avril Lavigne was framed as a pop-punky alternative to Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, a real authentic voice in a sea of entertainers and industry plants. It's more complicated than that, of course. Let Go wasn't exactly an indie project, but you get the gist. Avril played guitar and largely wrote her own songs. So I've wanted to do this for a long time because this is like peak millennial music. Female artist was the category I landed on. I had not listened to this album all the way through prior to this episode. So I gotta say I enjoyed it. There's some songs I really don't like, but I think Avril Lavigne this album in particular is, I don't know, it just feels like ingrained in the millennial zeitgeist. Skater Boy, Complicated, like everybody knows those songs. They're so popular. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting listen. I thought it'd be an interesting conversation. What did you guys think? Had you heard it before? Had you listened all the way through, or was it new to you guys?
I had never listened to this all the way through necessarily, but I feel like I've heard the vast majority of these songs at some point or another. Especially when you talk about being part of the millennial zeitgeist, and it's getting a little chilly outside. Like, this is a real perfect album for this time of year. I'll always have
True.
that teenage angst inside me, and Avril Lavigne really tapped into that teenage angst. And I was talking to to a couple guys about this, about like how this was the best music to grow up to listening to as a teenager out of like all generations, just because, you know, like you're filled with all these feelings, right? And you don't really like know what to do with them, and like your hormones are going crazy. And this music captures those ideas perfectly, more so than anything that they listened to in the 80s. Even, you know, like the 90s grunge era, like this is like a, you know, it's in the 90s grunge tree,
like pop
but
grunge.
yeah, but like that stuff's a little too heavy. This type of like, you know, my boyfriend broke up with me, and like I love him and I miss him and blah blah blah. Like that's what you feel when you're in like 7th, 8th, 9th grade. So I really appreciate that Avril captured that vibe.
That's true. I remember playing Skater Boy when my boyfriend broke up with me back in 6th grade. It was
He
a
did
very
say "see
trying
you later,
time.
boy." I know. I was there
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Anthony, what about you?
So yeah, similar to both you guys. I mean, obviously I'd heard the radio bangers, but I hadn't listened to this all the way through. But for whatever reason, like, so y'all remember the movie Bring It On? I think it's like maybe a year before this, or maybe 2000. But like, so not Kristen Dunst, but the other main lead character, Eliza Dushku. That probably started my brain into this. There are girls like that out there. Okay, I'm interested, you know, because I mean we had Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson and these like bigger, you know, doll face people, right? In a sense, but like when she popped up, I'm like, okay, this is I'm interested now, right? I mean, I can get down with it, but I hadn't listened to a lot of her music really at all, you know. But this was a fun little journey, you know. I mean, there's some lighter songs in here, and then there's some darker or some heavier ones, but I think there's a big production team behind this album, you know, and I think that like they see, you know, a fresh face like Avril Lavigne, and the studio heads are like, all right, we're gonna just elevate this, but the product is really good. I mean, it's not bad at all. It doesn't seem like a money grab. It seems like a real passion project on her end, and I think it does show through a lot of the music. So yeah, solid pick. And I was pinpointing you into this female artist lane for a while, and we finally got there, and yeah, I'm satisfied for sure.
Yeah, I feel like Blake has wanted to actually bring, you know, I feel like we say that a lot, but you've really wanted to bring this over and over and over again. So I'm glad we finally did it.
True, and but I wanted it to come organically. I didn't want to try to shoehorn it in, and I was just hoping that Trey received it better than the Adele album, which, if you all remember, he said was the least favorite album he's ever reviewed. So
God, that album's terrible. I fucking war flashbacks right now. Yeah,
we're
received significantly better.
On the more positive side. But yeah, I mean, what's funny is I remember like y'all's age, because as we've talked about many times with podcasts, you guys are so much older than me.
So much older.
And this album was more like, I think of Carly when I think of my sister when I hear this, because she's 4 years older than me. So she would have been at like the prime time coming, what she would have been like around 12, like I think. 12, yeah, 11 and 12, yeah, something like that when this album came out, which is like the perfect time for a female like angsty pop grunge artist to come out. And I do vividly remember Carly listening to it and being really into Avril Lavigne. So yeah, but it was definitely good to listen to, and brought me down some interesting lanes. But let's start off with top tracks. Anthony, you can lead us off.
All right, so I'm not going to pick, just to put this out there, I'm not picking Complicated or Skater Boy. You know, those tracks honestly have been run into the ground, but they're a beautiful song, so I'll just mention them now. But number 3, it's kind of like a 2-song combination. I've got I'm With You and Naked, and these songs are like very they're very, very much ballads. You know, they're vocal performances and very low key on instrumentals, nothing really crazy going on. But I think that side of Avril Lavigne is really good. Number 2, I have Too Much to Ask. I really wrote in this like the progression of the song itself. Like she kind of elevates herself as the song keeps going and delivers in the end. So Too Much to Ask is my number 2 track. And number 1 for me is the opening track, Losing Grip. I think it really... we always talk about opening tracks, you know, setting the tone for the album, and this one does it. And it leads right into the heavy hitters of the album as well. But losing grip, I wrote, this is a punk banger with a nice sonic intro to it too. So really dug that track.
Yeah, it's interesting. Complicated and Skater Boy are back to back on this album,
Yeah.
like the two biggest hits, and they're very early on in the album too.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid 3. Trey, what do you got?
Well, I feel like albums when they came out around this time, your first 5 songs, they were always trying to be like your big bangers. Like they always just put the hits on like 1 through
True.
3.
It's a CD era
So I think
too.
that, yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying.
had to
So-
keep
so,
everybody interested.
Yeah, you're like popping in your deck. You want people to listen to it all the way through or whatever.
Yeah.
So for honorable mention, I also have Losing Grip. I think it's a little different than some other parts of the record, but I like that it opens up the album really well. It's kind of like a big sound banger, and it's something that Mrs. Lavigne does. That sounds weird to say. Throughout the
Saying
throughout
she's
the whole
single?
record, where she's
Is that right?
no, I said Mrs., but I imagine she wasn't married at the time because I think she was probably like, how old was she? Can someone
18.
Hey, can we look that up?
I got you.
I wrote 18.
I got you.
She was she was born in 84. And
Okay.
so 18, 17-ish time period. So she's
Gotcha.
young.
Cool.
Young
Good to know.
flower.
Yeah. But she kind of does this thing where she balances like some like pop sensibilities with your more like punk type of sound or like post grunge sound or whatever. So I think that's cool, and she kind of does that a lot in that song. I am gonna say Complicated because there's no point in my life where that song comes on and I'm not just immediately singing along, either in my head or out loud, depending on the environment.
So true.
So that's for number
So
3.
true.
Like I'm not gonna shy away from it. Song's fucking great. Number 2, I have Tomorrow. And I also have like a Tomorrow Anything But Ordinary Suite for number 2. Just because she kind of busts out the acoustic guitars, she slows it down a little bit on these. On a sad boy album, these are probably the saddest boys ones. So I really appreciate that about both of these tracks. And then number 1, I'm doing I'm With You. I actually have like some really solid memories of like middle school dances with this song. This one brings back some nostalgia feeling in my gut. It's just the violins in it are like so sweet, as they're coming through, and it is a damn cold night, and I appreciate, right now
True.
I think it's 40 some odd degrees outside, which isn't that cold because global warming, but back in 2003 it probably would have been like 25-30 degrees here. So
True.
yeah, I love that song, and those are my top 3, 4, 5, however you want to put it.
It's colder where you are than it is in Denver right now. It's going to be 70 like all week, which is
It's
really
colder
great.
where Anthony is than it is where both of us are. It's like 25 degrees
Yeah.
there right now.
It is
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah, it is a damn cold night.
I've heard.
dude.
Yeah.
I this is off topic, but I heard that Denver has been so many days without snow, and like
We're up
close
to
a record.
206
Yeah,
now.
I think the record might be
Yeah.
like 220 or something like that. So
Yeah, I think we're gonna break
We'll
it.
see.
It's crazy. For the record, Avril Lavigne is single. She's 41 and she looks damn good for a 41-year-old.
My first crush was Haley Williams, like celebrity crush from Paramore. Like I was like, this girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's still
Oh,
my
yeah.
first crush. Oh yeah, brother.
yeah, who's the lead
So,
singer for
yeah.
Evanescence? That's another one. Amy something. Fuck.
Amy Winehouse, I think.
No, definitely not. No, shit. I can't remember. But she's a baddie too, with a hella voice.
Amy Poehler.
No.
No.
Amy Lee.
I saw Haley Williams, Amy Lee.
think,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw Paramore at Bonnaroo, and Haley Williams still doing the damn thing. So totally agree, Trey. Good,
Bless
good
up.
pick there. Yeah, bless up. Man, that's a throwback right there. I haven't heard bless up in a while. Let's bring that back. Can we bring that back?
It's solid. I like it. Yeah.
Okay, so I had some cliches in here. But so my first track, so my I guess 3 for me is Complicated for the same reasons Trey said. I mean, it's timeless, man. It's the timeless fucking track, and I just I can't help, like Trey said, I can't help myself but to sing when I hear it, like every time. And even part of what sparked the desire to do this album is I was listening. I don't know how it came up. It was some Spotify playlist that Complicated had made its way into. And I was listening to it riding my motorcycle to work one day, and I was like, yo, I forgot this song is a fucking banger. We should do this album. So I got to put Complicated on there. And then I also had Unwanted. So Unwanted is like the middle point. This is an interesting... Oh, Anthony, I'm getting hella fan noise
Yeah,
from you again all of a
The
sudden.
thing came back.
Something about Unwanted, like it's just an upbeat, interesting, like grungy. This one feels like the most pop grunge to me. It's like upbeat grunge that seems digestible for, I don't know, like the typical audience that would be listening to this 12 to 13-year-old kids. Like this felt like an intro to grunge to me, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super entertaining. And then I had Losing Grip. I think it's like Anthony said, great fucking intro track. I think it's also a banger, another grunge banger. It's definitely one of the harder songs on the album, which obviously, you know, I enjoy those hard songs, but she's got a great voice, man. She really showcases it well, and I think instrumentation, I think guitar on this song, her voice, all really, really fucking good. So had to throw Losing Grip on there for sure.
Nice.
All right.
So my bottom tracks. I hear myself now.
Yeah, it's like everything changed. Now it's off.
How does it sound right now?
Yeah,
you're a little quiet, but yeah, it's good.
Okay. Well, so for bottom tracks, these are the more poppy, lighter tracks that I wish were just replaced with that more angst energy type of vibe. But I don't hate any songs on this album. I just want to put that out there. I mean, I think a lot of them have their place. It's just, it is a showcase, you know, versus a straight themed album. But number 3, I've got Things I'll Never Say. Very poppy and kind of lighthearted in the sense of, in comparison to the rest of the album. Things I'll Never Say. Number 2, Have Anything But Ordinary. And that kind of starts off after, you know, Tomorrow, I think is a beautiful song, and I love her playing guitar. But once it gets into Anything But Ordinary, it's more of a vocal showcase than like moving energy wise. So yeah, just nitpicking a little bit. And number 1 bottom track for me is Nobody's Fool, and it's really because of the way she's just doing her rapping, or I don't even know what you want to call it, right? Her spoken word, maybe. I don't know, but Nobody's Fool,
that seems more
me,
accurate.
Is top bottom.
All right, I feel that. Trey, what do you got?
All right, number 3, I'm going for Skater Boy, just because the contrarian in me. A, B, like I just don't really like that. I never really liked that song. Like when I was younger, it was like I just thought it was kind of goofy. I do remember the music video though of her like chasing a guy around a skate park, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's a bottom for me. Number 2, and I'm kind of like Anthony said, I don't hate anything necessarily that's on this record, but kind of towards the end, I was just kind of over some of these things. So number 2 is Too Much to Ask, just because I was a little bit kind of weary of the sound. And then number 1 song that I actually don't like is also Nobody's Fool. The like rapping thing is goofy. The like record scratching thing is really goofy, and you know I'm a record scratch guy. You know, bless up Dave Tipper, but you know I don't think he was a feature on this track, and it just
we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. But I don't know what he's doing at 03. But yeah, no, just not quite for me. It was real goofy.
That's fair. I think that's a good word for it. Goofy.
Yep.
Okay, so I had the first one I had was Mobile. So I don't know where Avril Lavigne is from, and I don't know what accent she's doing here, but like there's like a half. She's from Canada, so I don't know. This is not a Canadian accent to my knowledge. It seems like there's like twang in it at some points. I don't know. I couldn't get past it. It was driving me fucking insane. So I had to put it on there because I just hate how her voice sounds in this song. And then I'm sorry, Trey. I kind of did the exact opposite. Tomorrow and Anything But Ordinary. Those are a pass for me. They were too. It was like too on the nose. It was like too.
I feel that.
Yeah, it was like she was like personifying her sad girl imagery and put it in these 2 songs, and just didn't click for me. I just didn't enjoy it. So I had those ones on there, but like kind of like you guys said, like there wasn't anything I hated at all. There were just some songs I was meh about. But I think the good on this album far outweighs the bad in my mind. So I think that works. Here's a question for you guys though. What genre is this? What do you consider this genre? That's what I want to know.
I would just call it 90s alt rock, or not 90s alt rock, just alt rock.
alt
I would
rock.
call
Anthony,
it alt pop. Like the front half of this album has that kind of punk rock feeling, but the back half has this pop rock kind of feeling. So I'll just lump it and say it's alt pop. Because I think again, I think this album was meant to like make some money. You know, I mean, there's a lot behind it, but it does touch a lot of veins of music where I think a lot of people could jump in at different parts and really enjoy it.
Yeah, there's a that seems to be the common consensus that it's like a pop album. Like that seems to be the genre that they put it under. But that just didn't feel right to me. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like pop music to me, but I guess like a pop grunge or a pop rock or something like that.
To it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just Avril being Avril, you know?
Yeah, you can't define her. Her.
Also, what a weird fucking name.
I mean, it's like, it's the one of one. She's one of one, I guess.
Yep.
How often do you think she was called Avril growing up? Probably all the fucking time, right? Yeah. Here's another question. Which one of these doors behind me, are you guys in widescreen or are you guys in normal?
I'm in widescreen.
I'm in normal.
Which one of these doors do you think is the door out to the hallway?
The one that...
Take a guess.
You're actually a little blurry right now for me, but
that too, like,
this is like the worst possible time to ask this question. I'm guessing...
Well, you can say right or left.
Is it that there's a door right behind you and there's a door over your right shoulder, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
The door over your right shoulder is out to the hallway.
Yeah, that is correct. Nice. Nailed it. Already learning the inner workings of the room that you'll be staying in.
Is that my guess room? Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure.
No, it's not. There's a room right next to this one that's the actual, that'll be your room. So
I require all of them. Anthony, I don't know if you know this, I require all of my friends to have a room for me at their home. It's worked. It's a good policy.
Yeah.
So.
I got rooms.
It's really good. A lot of people are going to have favors to cash in with you towards the end of their lives. That'll be nice. Yep. Okay, so we got a Rolling Stone and a Pitchfork review. So out of 5, what do you guys think Rolling Stone gave this?
I'll say a 4.
I'm going to say they gave it a 2.5. Although this album was nominated for a Grammy. So actually I'm going to bump me up to 3.5.
They gave it a 3.
3.
So kind of right middle of the road. And then what are our friends at Pitchfork? What do you think they gave it out
like
of 10?
A 2.
Yeah, I think they did low. I'll say 2 also.
They gave it a 6.6. So also middle of the road, which is fair.
Pitchfork.
It says each Sunday Pitchfork takes an in-depth look at the significant album from the past, and any record not in our archives is eligible. Today we revisit the Teenage Fever Dream, the mainstream pop punk debut of Avril Lavigne. There we go, pop punk.
Pop. This isn't really pop. See, when I think of pop punk, I think of like Blink-182, Green Day.
Blink-182.
Yeah. Like this doesn't have that fast-paced, fart jokes mentality.
True.
But that's okay.
Okay, so personal ratings. Anthony, what do you got?
I've got it at a 6.5 out of 10. I'm floating between 7 and 6.5, but I think I feel good with that. So 6.5.
All right, Trey.
I give it a 7. I think it's really, really good at what it sets out to do.
That's very fair.
But yeah.
Very fair. All right, I also go 7. I think you nailed it, Trey. It's perfect for what it's supposed to do. Some timeless bangers on here, some really good songs.
It's super clean.
Agreed.
I mean, the album is very clean, like music, like sound wise. Nothing's overpowering itself, and I think it's blended really well, mixed well.
Agreed.
Yeah, it stood the test of time for sure. I might have to get some. Spotify has some of her merch on here, some Avril Lavigne socks. I might have to get some of those. That would be cool.
Yeah,
Skater Boy keychain.
She just finished up her greatest hits tour, which I really would have enjoyed going on the whole thing. Unfortunately, I was like doing other stuff in my life, but that could have been fun.
That could have been fun. Was it? Do you know? Like, was it big stadiums, like big arenas, or was it like small?
That is a great question. Hold on.
I would also be curious as to see like who else is performing, like supporting acts, or like who's she bringing on the road. But I mean, you got to imagine that live show is going to be big.
That's what I would assume. But also, like, Halsey's playing the Fillmore in Denver, which is not a big venue at all, which is very surprising to me. So I didn't know.
That is surprising.
Do you know, Trey?
Wait, I think are they not playing Red Rocks as well?
Halsey?
Yeah.
No, she's doing 2 nights at the Fillmore.
Huh, that's interesting.
It's actually tonight and tomorrow.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. I'd really like to, but now where I live, like it's a drive to get places. Like,
Isn't your girl Halsey?
I'm outside of Denver. That is my girl, but she'll be back around. I'm not worried.
You never know.
Well, first off, Avril Lavigne was one of the headliners for Bonner this past year. Not like the top headliner, but she was the second listed on Saturday.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So, I mean, she's probably playing some pretty big venues. I can't really figure it out because the dates have already passed. Well, she played Bethel, New York, so the only venue there is going to be the old Woodstock venue. So she's playing major auditoriums or amphitheaters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out Avril. Good for her.
Way to go.
When she comes back, because Bonner, that set didn't happen. So like, if she comes back, likely.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I might.
Bonner got canceled. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Simple Plan.
Oh my God, Trey, you're like deafening me. Holy shit.
Sorry. Simple Plan was simple. I was just excited about Simple Plan, bro.
And
Simple Plan what?
They opened on the tour.
Oh shit!
They were like the number one opener.
Sick.
Yeah,
hell of a night.
There you go.
That'd be
That's
super
fun.
tight.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a while since we've done this. Do we do movie and then Rides or Dies, or Rides or Dies then movie?
Rides or
I don't know. I don't remember anything
Rides or
anymore.
Dies, and then we'll go into the
Okay,
movie.
Rides or Dies. All right. I'll start us off. So I brought a Glass Animals song, which is a divisive band for this group. I think we all have different opinions on Glass Animals. I've been listening to an obscene amount of Jay-Z recently, but I didn't want to bring a Jay-Z song because I always bring hip-hop songs and I wanted to mix it up. And so I've been sprinkling in some Glass Animals, who I love very much. And I brought Tokyo Driftin', which is a song with Denzel Curry off of Dreamland, which I think is a great album. I know we did Zaba. I said at some point I'll bring another Glass Animals album, so I definitely still want to do that. But yeah, this song's a jam. Honestly, it's a goodbye to summer. It's a summer jam. It's a summer banger in my mind. I love Denzel Curry's verse in this song. I think it's super upbeat, super hype. So I really enjoyed it. What did you guys think, Anthony?
Well,
Go ahead, Trey. You got.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if we're divided on Glass Animals. I think we all really like Zaba, right?
Yeah, so
I can't remember. I
yeah.
thought so.
I enjoyed Zaba, but that's my only at any length experience with Glass Animals. So I think that's what I need to be in that world to really enjoy it for what it is. Because this song for me, I just kept thinking of him singing "Running Through the Jungle with His Bolo Knife." Like the voice in those songs makes sense, right? But in like just in a spurt or in one song for me, it doesn't work. So it dies for me. But I'm not giving up on Glass Animals. I want to enjoy their music, but I think it has to be long form for me personally.
I feel that. Trey, what'd you think?
I like this song. It's not as good as I was expecting seeing Glass Animals and Denzel Curry on the same track, but I still give it a rides. It's like the beat hits. Denzel Curry's verse is solid, but like I don't know, I was expecting something that was just gonna like blow my mind, and so that's on me. But I thought it was good. So
That's
it's
fair.
a rides.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fair. Trey, you brought a very interesting song. Give us a little background to this.
Yeah, so the song that I brought is from a new Big L album that came out this past week. I'm gonna give you I'll just go ahead and give you a spoiler. If I do get 90s hip hop, this is the album that I'm gonna pick. The album's called Harlem's Finest: Return to the King, and basically what it is Big L's brother and some other producers dug through some old vocals that Big L had already recorded. They remastered some beats, and then they reached out to other additional artists to record verses over it. But for the song that I sent, which is Forever with Big L and Mac Miller, they actually got a verse from the Mac Miller estate and fit it to the track as well. So they basically kind of like Frankensteined this song together. I absolutely love it. I probably played it 100 times since it came out a couple weeks ago. I think that it's like it's Mac Miller from like Backpack Mac days, which is a lot of fun. The beat's like super uplifting. It is kind of a standout on the album as far as like anything that sounds like this. Everything else is pretty much boom bap hip hop. This is like a little bit more of like a I don't know, light airy vibe to it. I think the Big L and like also I love Big L and I love Mac Miller, and so hearing like their voices on a song together makes me feel things. So what'd y'all think?
I like.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't know anything about this. I thought it was like super fucking crazy to see their names together on a track. It was really cool. I could tell that it was young Mac Miller, just by his voice and his inflections and stuff. But yeah, Hard Rides for me. Good find, good pick. I would have probably. I mean, I'm sure I would have found it eventually, but like I had no idea this was even out. This was not on my radar at all. So Hard Rides.
Selfishly, I didn't send it because I wanted to like hold on to it for the podcast. Right. I was gatekeeping a little bit because I was hoping that we might be able to do this album one day. But I knew I was gonna. As soon as I heard the song, I was like, "That's my next Rides or Dies."
Nice.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right. But I don't know much about Big L. Like I just looked him up because I was hearing. I mean, context clues tell me he's not alive anymore, right? But I don't know a lot about him or his story or honestly his archive of music. So yeah, I would like to do that album. So we'll see what the wheel decides. But this definitely rides for me too.
Anthony, our good friend Derek Vincent Smith absolutely loves Big L.
Well, I know samples.
He has a song called he has a song called Flamboyant, or like Big L has a song called Flamboyant. And then Derek is that's what Flamboyant Break is from, and like that whole track is from that song.
Interesting. Well, we'll dive in.
Fuck yeah. Anthony,
all right, my rides.
What do you got
rides
for
or
us?
Dies is another female powerhouse from the '90s, Alanis Morissette. The song is called Still. Now, there is some context to this song of how it came on my radar because it's not been released through an album or anything like that. So Kevin Smith is one of my favorite directors. He did Clerks and all those movies. He has a movie called Dogma that I think is a phenomenal movie. And in that movie, Alanis Morissette plays God, the character God, in the movie. And this song closes the movie, and I think it's sonically powerful. I think her voice is amazing, and this is one of those songs that I think if I ever get to adding or remixing music, like this is one that I want to add some more percussion to it because it just boom, it hits, and there's a lot of reverb in this song, and I think it's pretty powerful. So curious to hear y'all's opinions on it.
I didn't know Alanis Morissette could be this fucking creepy and like haunting, and it's I could see as far as like a remix or like a sampling or pulling something from that how this would work very well. Yeah. So it's a Hard Rides for me. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I can't tell if I love or hate her voice. Like every time I hear an Alanis Morissette song, I'm like, do I like this or does it make me uncomfortable? And I cannot tell, and I still cannot tell. I love the instrumentation. I don't know if her voice is derailing me or not, but the rule is if it does not die, it rides. So we're giving it a rides until further notice. We're gonna have to do an album. I'm gonna have to listen to more to really determine, give a final verdict on Mrs. Morissette or Miss.
Fair.
Well, if I remember right, I think you dug because we did Jagged Little Pill, and that's the test, right? But I'm glad y'all like this one.
Hell yeah. Okay, so movie. Trey, you pivoted. Tell us about your movie pick.
So I initially picked the Twits. Really, that was a super blind pick. I just saw like the trailer on Netflix, and I was like, oh, like the animation here is interesting. Anthony texts us because he is prepared and doesn't procrastinate like the two of us, or at least like me. I won't speak for you. And he watched it way ahead of time. He's like, hey, listen, this is just a kid's movie. Like we should do something else. Like it's not really that interesting.
So neither of y'all watched Twits, is that correct?
No, I'm going to. No. I just haven't yet. So what I picked The Wild Robot because my friend Joe had messaged me one time, like at 3 a.m. his time, and he was like, "Dude, you've got to watch this movie. It's absolutely phenomenal. You're gonna love it." And that was like months ago. And so, just for all my friends that might be listening out there, if you ever give me a recommendation and I haven't said anything back about it, that I haven't forgotten it. I will listen or watch it at some point. It just might take me a while, but it's in the brain. So
on your own timeline,
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we're all busy out here. We're all just trying to survive, and that is kind of what The Wild Robot is about. So
segue.
Yeah, thank you. I thought this movie was absolutely phenomenal. As far as like children's movies with adult themes, I thought it was gorgeous. The animation is really cool too because it's not like super polished. I didn't think I think kind of similar to what was that movie, the silent one that you picked? a while back. Yeah,
Flow,
it kind of had some similar, like, obviously it was done by a major network, so not the same, but like kind of some hard edges to some of the animation, which made it a little more like realistic in a way, which I liked a lot. But you know, the idea of this little thing that doesn't belong dropping in and like trying to understand the world around it and like taking care of another little thing, and then it also remind me a lot of my mom. You know, I love my mom, and it was great. It was really good. What'd y'all think?
I thought it was so fucking good. Like,
hell yeah.
First off, my dogs loved it. They were seated and intrigued the entire time. Like, Riley literally sat down and watched the entire film. Like, he couldn't get enough of it, which I thought was hilarious. But, yeah, it was great. I thought the animation style was really good. Man, it really tugged at the heartstrings multiple times. Like, I was getting super emotional. I did not cry. I was very close, especially, like, with like the passing of Kittis being so close to this movie, like with animals and love and not knowing how to express love properly and things like that. Like, thankfully, you know, we didn't have an instance where it was like we wish we could have said more, done more, right? But that's like a theme in this movie is, you know, you wish you could have told somebody you loved them. And yeah, I thought it was awesome. I thought there were some funny moments. The what is the fox's name? I can't remember his name. Fink? Yeah.
Pedro Pascal.
He's great.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he's fucking great. So yeah, great pick. Awesome movie. I was seated. Very good. Very good.
yeah.
Good. I also I wore a goose shirt in acknowledgement of the movie.
What
Just
is the
want to throw
goose?
that out there.
The boy.
Beak Bill, Break Bill,
Bright Bill.
Bright Bill.
Bright Bill.
Bright Bill,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Thank you.
Gotcha. All right, so here's my thoughts on this movie, because it's not a bad movie at all. It's a great movie, but so this movie came out last year around the time when Flow came out, and they were both like nominated for Best Animated Picture. So I was very torn because I started watching this movie last year when it came out, and like I'm coming from a different lane as far as like animal behavior. And now in this movie, like after seeing Flow, where it's just all animal behaviors dialed into that movie, this one is more, you know, old school animation with anthropomorphic, you know what I mean? Making humans out of animals in a sense, right? But I struggle buying in emotionally to connect with the robot figure in this movie. And I see it like for what it is. It's just personally, I struggle having that emotional attachment. But sitting through this movie, it does take you on a ride, and I think that's the beautiful thing that films do, is it takes you on an emotional journey regardless of characters or context or the situation. I mean, it's beautifully done, the music's great, and the dialogue itself keeps you engaged. So yeah, I like the movie. I don't love the movie, but it's a great pick. Better than
Why did you struggle to connect with the robot?
Well,
Yeah, I'm also curious about that. I feel like there's more to that comment.
well, I mean, in our times now, we have artificial intelligence kind of creeping its way into everything, you know, and watching this robot develop was just it wasn't enough for me to buy into the reality of the scenario. And it's not meant to be that. The movie's not meant to be like factually accurate or anything like that. I just couldn't detach from that, you know. And when we're talking like robots teaching animals stuff, that gets tricky too. But my favorite character in this whole movie is the old goose. You know, I don't know his name, but the guy who teaches him how to fly.
Long neck.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because there's the real connection, you know. It's like when he does connect with his own kind and his own kind teaches him how to be who he is, that's when he really takes off, you know. So it's a developmental story, you know, because it's like, okay, how do these beings develop when they're in this kind of scenario where really the runt of the litter who's meant to die actually does survive and then gets raised by this robot. So it's very interesting concept. It's just hard for me to buy into to how it plays out. But that, like I said, it's just a personal thing. I think it is a solid movie, but yeah, and I kept thinking on artificial intelligence as in now terms of like, okay, wouldn't they come back the second time, whoever the company is that owns this robot, and just fucking blast the place to remove their, you know.
Well, that's why Roz left, because they were going to keep coming back.
Right, but when the ship came back, it was too peaceful. Does that make sense? Like it was too cordial.
I did find that a little weird, but like
I get it.
It made sense. Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to show destruction of this planet with all these animals for
like, oh, you love these animals.
Death Star, fucking Death Star in the planet.
I wrote down in my notes, I was like, Roz goes back to the home planet and then just nukes everyone for like even stepping in her territory.
That's part 2. Yeah.
I think that I think I got something a little different when it comes to like the AI aspect of things, just because like obviously it's something that's like on my brain all the time, and it almost feels like a little bit of a rejection of those ideas that like the robot had to unlearn its programming to be able to like help this, this Gosling, right? And so it kind of, for me, felt like more of a rejection of the idea of technology and AI being the solution to everything, and more of embracing like being able to like connect with people or things that are different than you, and being able to like find common ground in those spaces rather than relying on technology to build that gap. I thought for me that was my takeaway as far as AI stuff goes. Because
it's funny.
I thought that was a pretty big parallel, actually.
The difference in this with you two is when we watched The Creator, Anthony was the one that was empathetic towards the AI, and Trey, I think your exact wording was, I would blast that motherfucker in the head, or something similar to that. And Anthony was trying to tell you, like, it has human emotions, it's empathetic, like it feels things, and you were like, nah, I'm killing it. And now you guys are kind of flip-flopped. You're kind of feeling the robot more now, Trey. See how we've all grown from this experience?
That's the power of cinema, brother, or whatever.
Exactly.
I like
Very
that,
true.
That's funny.
Okay, so we have a couple segments. I have a certified stamp of ass.
Oh, nice.
And then we're going to do the
I
Wheel
was
of Fame
thinking
time.
about, can we talk about the certified stamp of ass segment really quick? Because I was thinking about maybe we should change it to gas or ass. So we propose something to you and you tell us if it's gas or ass.
So you guys bring something to me and I determine if it's gas or ass?
Yeah. It's the Blake Bull-Jassic gas or ass.
Okay, I kind of like that for next episode.
Yeah, we'll try it out. We'll give it to you ahead. We'll give it to you ahead of time, though. We won't like do it live on air.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then I'll get the graphic ready.
Perfect.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this week's Blake Bull-Jassic certified stamp of ass is
Dun, dun, dun,
Cooper
dun.
Flag, who is absolute dog trash. He sucks. The Dallas Mavericks suck. They're last in the Western Conference.
They fired Nico.
They fired Nico, and let me tell you something. There's no better vindication for me, a college basketball hater, than to see Cooper Flag fall on his face in the NBA, just to show people that the competition in college basketball does not equate to being a good NBA player. So let this be a message to all you college basketball people that keep trying to get me to watch it. It's not going to happen, so quit asking, okay? So this week's certified stamp of ass, Cooper Flag, and the Dallas Mavericks. We get a little 2-for-1 action there. How do you guys feel about that one? Do you think this is a justified ass?
I think it's not, only because he's a rookie and he's like, 15 games in. So, I think it's a little early to give him the full stamp of ass, but I do agree with the general idea of the Dallas Mavericks getting the stamp of ass.
So you're saying he's kind of on ass watch?
Yeah, he's on ass.
Yeah. That's accurate.
He's on ass watch. Sure, but the thing is, he has to be on ass watch for at least a year and a half, because even Wemby in his rookie year wasn't that great. Rookies just typically aren't going to come and blow the, they're not LeBron James or Kyrie.
I also just don't really like him because of, he said prior to the draft, I'm not playing for these teams, which I think is just a spoiled rich kid thing to say. You're getting a chance at the NBA and you're like, no, I'm not going to play there. I don't want to play there. They're bad. Shut the fuck up, kid.
The true stars are I'm going to make this team gas, I'm gonna earn
exactly.
I actually fundamentally disagree with that, because I think the idea of a draft is kind of ridiculous, but I just think that people should be able to go work for whatever company they want to go work for, regardless of, whatever. But that's a whole other conversation. And really that's more towards the NFL, because of how many injuries happen within the first 5 years, and you have quarterbacks that come out and they go to the fucking Jets and they look like trash, like Sam Darnold, and then they're actually all-stars.
Yeah, give the Jets a big old stamp of ass, for sure.
Yeah.
True. Very true. Okay, and now we spin the Wheel of Fate in time. So we will Start with albums. Whose album is it?
Trey's album.
It's my album.
Okay. It's Trey's album. So the categories are live album, 90s rock, 90s hip hop, country album, and spinner's choice. So here we go.
Notes.
You might get your wish, Trey. Oh,
so close. Well, y'all should listen to that album, Blake, especially just from a hip hop perspective. But for the country album, we are going to do a 2025 release. We're going to do Snipe Hunter by Tyler Childers. Now, I know we've done Tyler Childers in the past. But why are you laughing, Anthony?
Snipe hunting.
Yeah, why are you laughing?
Do y'all know what that is? And if not, don't look it up. We'll talk about it next week because that's fucking hilarious.
All right.
The album is called Snipe Hunter by Tyler Childers. It just came out this summer. I think it's really, really good. Very unique take on some different country styles. They're not all winners, but most of them are, and that's what matters. So we'll see how y'all feel about it.
Cool. All right. Anthony, time for the movie. You have Christmas movie, Netflix original, Stephen King movie, Disney remake, and spinner's choice. Let's
The
get
wheel
it.
of fate and time will. Sorry, I forgot the other one.
Okay. All right. So
Stephen King movie.
Lots to choose from here. I want to give y'all an option because it. I don't know the subtitle for it. Something about From Derry. It just released on HBO Max, and it's an episodic
Welcome
series.
to Derry.
Welcome to Derry. We could watch the first episode of that, which I haven't seen yet. I would be excited to see that. Or we can watch Gerald's Game. Gerald's Game is on Netflix. It's pretty wild. I fucking love it. Mike Flanagan directed it. So we got two options. Welcome to Derry, episode 1, or Gerald's Game. On Netflix.
I would vote for episode 1 because we haven't done a TV series in a while, and if we like it, we could continue doing it if we wanted to. And also, I've already seen Gerald's
Game.
Yeah, the chained up thing.
Okay. I don't have HBO anymore, so I'm gonna have to pirate that shit, but that shouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, we'll go with that. So first episode of Welcome to Derry.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Good shit.
I just wanted to show you guys this rock that I found on the Pacific Coast. It's incredibly smooth, and it's really cool. And that's it. That's all I got.
Very nice. Any other Anthony? Any closing thoughts or statements before we get out of here?
Saints won their second game of the season. Who dat, baby?
Who dat?
I'll take
Very
that.
nice.
So
very nice. I will say, fantasy football not going great for me. Fantasy basketball, on the other hand, going phenomenally. My team is fucking dominating. I'm 3-0 on my way to 4-0. So just at least, pull for my fantasy basketball team because the football one's not happening.
I think
we're going to check in on where our league standings are,
league,
actually.
I think is going to shape up to where Blake and I are battling for who's going to be the loser.
For the last place?
The beer mile. So
I don't even... What was it that we were going to do again?
So second to last gets to pick whether they do the beer mile or they pay for someone's subscription.
That's right.
Like sports subscription for the next year. So
there's real money on the line.
Yeah, well, fucking ESPN. I forgot about that. ESPN and Disney. Y'all know what's going on with Disney and YouTube right now? So
I don't understand what's happening, but I know
I have Hulu TV, so
yeah,
I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I did see the drama.
Yeah, so ESPN. All ESPN affiliates have been removed from YouTube TV since October 30th, I think, and their subscriptions dropped like 28%. YouTube's did, and they're like, "Oh shit, we have." I can't believe it's still not out there, but yeah, this is what happens when these big money wigs are wanting their way. But Stream East, baby.
True. Stream East.
Yeah.
Is it still up? I thought Stream East got taken down.
Never went nowhere. I think I showed Trey, or I showed somebody.
There's also something called Meth Streams. You can get on methstreams.com and get stuff too. That's real.
Yeah,
that's real as fuck.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, good to be back, boys. It was a lot of fun. You guys actually stay on real quick while we end this, or after we end this, just for like 2 minutes. Everybody, we'll see you guys next time, next week, next whenever. Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah. Peace.